We're comfortably into the meat of the season now, so naturally it's time to make some far too early judgments about footballers who moved clubs over the summer. These are some of the biggest rip-offs so far, based on how they performed this season. 7. Falcao Chelsea. Has anybody in the history of football been paid better to sit on the bench? Falcao is taking home about $140K a week to occasionally jump off the bench for a 20-minute cameo. Loic Remy has started more games up front for the Blues this season, so there is an argument to be made that Falcao is actually being paid $140K to be the third-choice striker in a team who play with one up front. It's a pretty grim state of affairs. Still, at least he has scored. It was overshadowed a bit by Chelsea losing the match to Crystal Palace, but hey, baby steps. Earning $140K for 20K performances. 6. Roberto Firmino. Liverpool's second spending spree in consecutive summers began with a swoop for Hoffenheim's Roberto Firmino, an apparent Manchester United target and big statement of intent with his near 30M price tag. 2 months after his debut, he has done the square root of bugger all. He has started 3 games and come on as a sub in another 3, but he has not scored or set up a goal. That's quite important for an attacking player. He has looked utterly out of his depth. 5. Jordan Ayew. Villa ? It almost feels harsh to criticize Jordan Ayew this season given that he is far from the only player at Villa to be having an absolute shocker, but this is about the feet. Also, he is dreadful. Nobody except maybe Tim Sherwood expected Ayew to be worth his feet when he signed for 8.5M, but he has exceeded all expectations of crackness. He has basically weaponized mediocrity. 4. Salomon Rondon. West Brom ? To be fair to Rondon, he is at least the first player on this list to have contributed actual points to his team this season, grabbing the winner against Stoke back in August. That aside though, he has been pretty woeful. West Brom's 3-2 defeat to Everton at the end of September was pretty telling. All the creativity came through Sergio Berahino, not the club's record signing. 3. Nicolas Otamendi. Manchester City. Otamendi has played just 5 games for City this season, in which they conceded 10 goals. City have played 6 games without him, conceding 1 goal. Total. All 3 of their defeats have come with their summer signing centre-back on the pitch, too. It is not necessarily conclusive that it's all on him, but he has looked hopelessly out of place in the City defence too. Needs to start fitting into the system much better. 2. Christian Bent. Liverpool ? Having spent more than 60M on new forwards this summer, it'd be fair to expect some goals out of Liverpool. As it is, nope. Only 3 teams in the Premier League have scored fewer than the Reds. Some sides have scored more than twice as many. Who does the blame land on? Well, it's landed on Brendan Rodgers already. But whoever thought that Christian Bent was 32.5M worth of striker deserves a bit of blowback from that call too. All that 30M has bought so far is a goal which should be been ruled out for offside and consolation goal in a lost game. It has not just the relative lack of goals though, he has just looked pretty toothless all round. For a man billed as the greatest aerial threat in the Premier League, he sure has scored the whole heap of nothing with his head. If he hasn't been moved on by Jurgen Klopp by this time next year, it'll be a miracle. 1. Jackson Martinez. Atletico Madrid. Atletico paid out big for attacking power this summer, putting up 25M for ? Jackson Martinez from Porto. What they got has not been impressive. He has got a single goal and assist from his 9 appearances in La Liga and Champions League, and his performances have pretty much been on a level with that. Possibly worse. Won't he have a place in the first team for long?